Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video, we're going through the trade targets for AFLW Fantasy Round 5. I know that my season is pretty much cooked by this point just because Cash Gen has completely evaded me and trading into too many injuries has caused that, and not being able to really upgrade. I've basically fallen about 2 upgrades behind in 3 or 4 weeks worth of upgrades just because of injuries, effectively, just straight up injuries. I would easily be able to make probably, I'd be easily able to make a couple of upgrades. If even just alone, Davey hadn't been injured, I would easily be able to make an upgrade, just looking at it here. I'd easily be able to make an upgrade to someone else. Or I'd just be bringing in one of the big dogs that I don't have to upgrade throughout the rest of the season, and grabbing some other cash gen parts as well. But yeah, cash generation has just fallen off a cliff for me. But anyway, let's just jump into this video for it. As you see here, double game week clicked on. I have to use it this way, and I haven't put my trades in so that people don't, I don't give away that last video. But anyway, Riddell, she looks amazing. I would be grabbing her if you were on the, if you had the availability of cash to be able to grab her. She is the one that is going to go off in my opinion. I just cannot grab her, which absolutely sucks. And this was the double game week that had most of the players that I really wanted to be able to grab in, other than I think round 7, round 6 shouldn't be that damaging, I don't think. But yeah, Ash Riddell, I think she goes, against these two sides, Carlton and Richmond, I think she goes probably 260 in the game week. And you can see it here, 274 against Port and Melbourne last 2 weeks combined. So yeah, I think she goes about 260. I think Garner probably goes 240, 235 or so. So yeah, I think that she will probably be secondary to Riddell. But I think she's still a massively wonderful option to grab. And yeah, she's just so valuable, and with her high tackle numbers, as well as just generally a lot of disposals. Riddell's just huge tackle numbers as well as high disposals. She does it both, which is just a perfect mix, especially for a smaller player in general. The way she just gets the ball at will is just amazing. And that's what we sort of hoped the likes of Conti would be. King, I think, is also a really good option. She did struggle in the first game against Brisbane, but as you see, Carlton and Richmond in the 2 games, and she scored 95, 117, 115. So I think she's a cheaper option that is still going to really gain value. So I think she's one that you can target there, and that's probably one that I will be targeting just because it finishes off my midfield, and I'm not burning points like Goody or something like that. And yeah, so I think that that'll be the way that I go, as I just want to, as I don't like the consistency of Goody, and I just want King, who I expect will I expect a big couple games from King, to be honest with you. I think that she could easily go, and I know she had 17 tackles in this, which is an outlier to a certain degree, but I think she's a massive tackler in her own right. If we go to here and we go to King here, is it me? It's Mia King, isn't it? Surely. It's M King, so surely it's Mia. You'll see here, and that doesn't have the stats from the last game week, but you can see that in her tackles last year, she averaged 8.9 tackles as well as 10 disposals, 10 kicks, 10 handballs, as well as still getting 2 marks a game. You can see that she's pretty much replicating that as well this year. So as you see here, 8 marks across 4 games. So, I think that she's in a really, really good spot for just being able to generate, firstly, generate a little bit of cash, which could be crucial. But secondly, also, I think she's one that can get a lot of touches here, especially against Carlton. I wouldn't be surprised. And she just has the role, and I'm just going to go on that role based here. If we just go to... we are looking at North Melbourne. You'll see here Mia King, 95, 92, 83, 100% CBA. So you can just see the role should be there for her to score. So I'm just going to back myself in with that role-based scoring and just say that she's going to go large. Then you have Monconti, who plays Port and also North Melbourne. I wouldn't be surprised if she has someone running with her in both, because that's what you sort of need. But yeah, I think she's going to go well. I think she's probably going to score about 200 across both games. So 200 in total for the game week, which shouldn't be too bad for the round, I should say. She probably won't explode, but yeah, she should still do pretty well. I expect something close to a 34 and 33 and 5 or something in both games, maybe something like that, or at least in one of the games, and maybe a 30 and little tackle in another. But she also can easily get some more tackles, which should help her out in the end. But that is that. Mackay, Shearer, I don't think these two are much value. I think Gearing is definitely value. Last 2 weeks, she's gone 116 and 96. And I'm pretty sure she got off to a really slow start against Richmond and then really fired home. Of course, I had her for the 44 and I need to grab her back in now just because of it, because they finally figured out that she's good enough. She would have gained so much more cash for me, and she would have, this is one of the issues that I had and something that I need to do further research on, especially for the women's game, because girls like Goering over like Goody and Window were just, that was a dumb choice, and we'll probably have those next year as well. That are really undervalued, that should do really well. But yeah, Goering was just a bad choice to trade her out and need to trade her back in. O'Loughlin, she's probably find a way to get suspended midweek or something, just with the way that she plays. But yeah, she scored 81, 70, 77. She is scoring goals regularly, but she's in a really top side, so is it really that equatable? And she's still getting, so I think that is, she can consistently do that. I also think the tackles are pretty firm. She did have 6 tackles in a wet game, so maybe that is a little bit of maybe she'll drop down a little bit. But I still think she'll average in the 60s as a sort of wing half forward type player. Dowrick, no, probably Kelly's out. Carney, I just have never really jumped on that one, to be honest with you. So yeah, I wouldn't jump on that one. Let me just check one thing here. If I go Brie Davey to a, so if I go, I should probably do it this other way here. If I go this here, so if you can click on that, if I go here to Carney, 970, then I could even go Finn just straight out there. That would give 580, not Goody, I don't want Goody. And then I'd chuck in Goering here. Or could I even do 580? Just thinking here. If I go Goering here and then I go maybe Huntington to a pop, maybe that would be the best way to do it. Something like that. Maybe. Because then you get a couple of game weeks and then you still have Goody there. But Goody isn't that good, and you're really just burning, I think, points on the bench with Watson there, to be honest, compared to someone else. So I don't think that'll be the way that I go anyway. And I don't think Carney is that valuable in the long run. I should say she is going to be value in the long run. I just don't think with my setup at the moment with Watson being there that she's going to be value. And yeah, maybe you can go Finn, Schleicher, and also Brie Davey out, and then you can go here and grab the likes of a 2.5 mil me King, maybe Carney still works, and then a 315k players I can afford, and defender, and then that, and then go someone like a Thorn or something like that. You have to wait and see on that one. But yeah, maybe you do something like that and you get Carney, you get a Mia Kennedy there, or sorry, not Mia Kennedy, a Mia King there. But I still don't think that is valuable there, and you still, it isn't the worst. And then you just have to upgrade this slot here, and this, I still have about 3 slots I'd need to upgrade in general, so it's not the worst decision, but I just think that there's probably somewhere down the line more value, and I don't think I'm really getting the necessarily big cash gen in anyway. So yeah, it is a big decision. Let me just check defenders, double game week, all players, and you got Sheeran and also Carney there sitting there. Could you do something actually? I don't think that works actually, just thinking about it now, because that's only 112k, and that gets taken down by Finn. So no, I was thinking about trying to get Huntington to pop, but it doesn't work. So then, yeah, looking defender line, you'd be wanting either Carney or Sheeran if you have maybe a Finn, and trying to get out of Finn, as that might have been an outlier 77, but she doesn't. It's not too bad of I don't think it's too bad of a break even for Finn here. If I just look quickly, Finn, break even of 51. Probably the week after is going to be, I would think, maybe a like a 45 or something like that. So she probably won't drop the most amount of cash in general. And if she can get a big game, then she will definitely go up in cash. So let's just hope she can get a big game. And let's just refresh this anyway. Then you've also got, Sheeran, I don't think is that good of an option. We talked about the midfielders there. The ruck line, looking at it, I don't think there's anyone of value. And then in the forward line, I think it's only O'Loughlin really for the trade target. So basically your trades are down to O'Loughlin, Carney, and then this midfield of Riddell, Garner, King. If you don't have Conti, probably wouldn't even grab her, and then Goering as well. So there's probably only, 6 options, I would say, in this game week for upgrades, and then for sort of trade targets. And then you obviously have the cash cows, which there isn't really many. So it's sort of just pick your own fire and just hope that you get the right rookie in the double game week. Sorry, not even double game week, just anyone. Especially with the double game week locking out a lot of the trades early. It doesn't really allow you to, especially with no edit trade function, to actually grab a rookie, etc. So there's that. But anyway, that is pretty much the video on the trade targets. A little bit of a mumbled mess, I guess, at the moment, with them being that there is only really a couple of options each and every week with the double game week. At least next week we should be getting, I think, some potentially ruckman, but I don't think there is actually any ruckman, especially with Moffat still out. But the good thing about Moffat being out is that her price is just for next year continuing to go down, because if she would come back, then she'd probably bring that average back up a little bit more. So yeah, her price is just cannoning down, I would say, with each game week that she doesn't play. But anyway, that is the video. If you did enjoy it, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.